What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over a pretty interesting rumor regarding Resident Evil 9. And it's not a great one, but it does have some intrigue to it, right? Because it's kind of a two-parter. And it comes from, as always, really, with Resident Evil rumors, comes from Dusk Golem. And when it comes to Dusk Golem, you know, we've talked a lot about him before, and I try to throw in my personal opinion of the credibility of him in each of these videos. He gets some stuff right, and I think specifically down the Silent Hill train or down the Resident Evil train, he's a guy that I think generally should be believed or can be believed. Ultimately, you do what you want to do, and you know it's probably best maybe to take it with a grain of salt, absolutely. But again, it sounds interesting. Wanted to kind of discuss it on this channel, and we'll see where it takes us. So let's just read out just directly what he said. At this very second, I have no frame of reference of when RE9 is being announced. Could be this summer, could be later. The me of right now does not know specifics. I do know a couple years ago the goal was to reveal the game this year and aim for a 2025 release. But I've been hearing murmurs the last few months that RE9 might have been internally delayed for some reason or another. Some might take that badly, but honestly, that's not even unusual for this franchise. RE games more often than not hit some rocky point and get delayed some more severely than others. To see if those murmurs end up being true, but I've seen it suggested that another RE game may end up being announced and released first before RE9. But no, this is not something I've heard concretely. It's a thing I've been hearing, and I'm following and plan to ask about the next opportunity I get, though, to get more concrete word on it. Just know that it's something I've been hearing murmurs about from various sources. Part of me kind of wants it to be true, though, since if that is true, I think the reveal of the RE game pushed forward to release before RE9 is pretty funny and would catch a lot of people off guard. To see what happens, though. I just want to say before we get too far, the grammatical errors there is kind of ridiculous. But regardless, look, if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not, right? Ultimately, I think the best case scenario you can look at is you probably are getting a new Resident Evil game within the next year and a half, right? Like, if it's not RE9 next year, then it might be something else. Now, that something else is something that people have kind of speculated. I don't want to go for, like, the super obvious one, and yet again, maybe it's not all that super obvious. Like, I imagine RE5 remake is next. Do I want Code Veronica? Of course I want Code Veronica. Do I think 6 will eventually get remade? Oh, it better get remade, and we'll just leave it there, you know, for now. But no, I mean, like, there are other options, I guess, before RE5, but I think RE5 just makes the most sense. Unless it's going to be like a smaller thing, like could you do like what they did with Metal Gear before Metal Gear 5 came out? But I don't know, it doesn't sound like that, right? It sounds like literally just another type of game or just another game entirely, right? My long-standing prediction also was that we would get this game revealed this year and it would come out next year. I think that follows through. And actually, I think I did a video where I looked through the last several Resident Evils, and normally, and I think if the track record holds, they could, should, whatever, do it in this June, and it would come out like next spring. That's pretty in line. Normally, like that, maybe 7 to 10 month period. I think they did that for a few of the remakes, maybe both 2 and 3. I know they did it for Village. They might have done it for 7. I'm not 100, but I remember doing a video on it. So generally, that would be the time frame. Generally, this summer, this June, July, whatever, if they do a Capcom event, they would announce it, and then it would come out next February, March, April, May, you know, somewhere in that range. So hopefully that does happen. Again, it's just, do you get RE9 there, or do you get another Resident Evil game there? You know, I want RE9, but at the same time, like, I'm a fan of Resident Evil, and I think they've been knocking it out of the park pretty much regardless of what game it even is. You know, with very few, I'd say, bumps in the road. So if it's 9, it's 9. If it's 5 remake, it's 5 remake. If it's some weird spin-off game, it's a weird spin-off game. If it's Code Veronica, I think that would make a lot of people happy. So guess we just have to wait, and hopefully you don't have to wait too long. Hopefully we get this announcement in maybe like 2-3 months from now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.